welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing like how to get over a breakup. I know that my last video was received really well, like how I found God. That video, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. But this is so important to me. I really wanted to put this video up because this is such a big issue amongst young people and even older people. I don't know, it's just something that needs to be discussed. I've gone through things in my life that I would love to share with you guys, and I told you guys if you want to see more of these videos, I'll put them up. So here is my second video. I hope you guys enjoy it. This one is just going to be me talking about breaking up and how to get over it, and of course I'm going to talk about God and stuff because I told you guys these are going to be more spiritual based videos. I was a little nervous in the first video to put it up, but because you guys left me such amazing comments and it touched some of you, I said I have to keep doing this. The thing is like with YouTube, it could just be, it can be scary to put up videos like that because you never know what people are going to say, and I'm not really concerned with that. My goal is to reach people, and I feel like God is using me to do that, and He's allowed me to go through situations in my life as a testimony to share with you guys and to put it out there so that other people can receive it and know that they can get through it. And I've been through a lot, so I'm going to share some of these things with you guys because God has really changed me and really changed my life, and I really want to talk about this because I actually have a friend right now that's going through this, and it's something that if you can talk about it, I think you should. And I have a platform of 30,000 subscribers, and if I can reach all of you guys, and even if some of you don't receive it, at least even if 10 of you receive it, that's all that matters to me. At least I put it out there, and that I feel like there are girls, I know girls that are going through this right now. So if this video can help you, please let me know. If you want to message me privately or whatever, you guys can do that. I check my messages, but it's just really important for me to put it up. So I want to just talk to you guys about learning to separate, I don't even know what the word is. I guess like putting God first in your relationship and then your husband or boyfriend or whatever the case may be. Now in this situation, obviously I was not married. I had a boyfriend at the time. This is years ago, and he and I broke up. And it was a situation where it wasn't healthy on both our parts, but he was putting me through a lot. And not abuse or anything like that. It wasn't like that. It was just an unhealthy relationship that I didn't need to be in anymore, and I was better than what I was putting myself through. But at the time, I was 20, 21 years old, and I was young, and I didn't see my self-worth. I just kept allowing these things to happen in our relationship, and I didn't put myself first or God first. And that was the one thing that I, really want to touch on, is loving yourself first. That's like the number one thing. You have to love yourself first. And I know a lot of people have debates over this, but this is real, guys. If you don't love yourself, you can never truly fully love someone else. You have to love yourself first. Self-love is the most important thing. You should never allow anyone to disrespect you or just treat you how you should not be treated. That's just not okay. And if you love yourself, you won't allow those things. And that was the one thing I had to learn over the years, is to love myself. When I broke up with my ex, I was so hurt, and I couldn't see past what was going on at the moment, which is normal for young people when you're really, really in love, or just people who are truly, truly in love. And I was really, truly in love, but to the point where it was unhealthy. And I had to learn that no man comes before God. That was the number one thing I had to learn. And I was really putting everything aside, not just God. And God is a jealous God, so be careful. But the one thing I did learn is that this man came before my career. He came before everything. I allowed him to disrespect me and do so much to the point where everything was on hold. And God took him away from me. He took him out of my life. And it was the best thing he could have ever done for me. And at the time, I didn't see it that way. I was so hurt and I was so stressed out. I mean, I was depressed. I went through depression. I contemplated suicide. I mean, these things are really hard to talk about because I don't talk about them too often, but I really want to talk about it because I know people that are going through this right now. And don't do it, guys. Suicide is not worth it. It's really not. I mean, there is a God and he can help you through it. And what helped me, I mean, I get made fun of for this all the time. It's like a family joke. But when we first broke up, I had a Bible. And I just started reading my Bible, and I was wearing my hoodie, and I was at the top of the stairs crying, reading my Bible when we broke up. And my uncle came home, because I was living with my aunt and uncle at the time. And he's like, oh my gosh, what are you going through? He's like laughing at me. It's like a family joke. Everyone says I was at the top of the stairs with a hoodie and a Bible when he and I broke up, and I just had to get my life together. And at the time, I mean, it's funny now, but back then I was so serious. Like, I was going through it so bad, and I didn't know how to get through that breakup at all. It was so hard. Depression is real, guys. And I was really, truly depressed when we broke up. I didn't even know what was next in my life. And I was very young. And sometimes when you're young, you don't see what's in your future. You don't know what's next. But the thing was, is God had a plan for me. And I was kind of just going down the wrong path. I wasn't, doing what I was supposed to be doing. And I wasn't following the path that God wanted me to go in. But sometimes God allows you to go through things to bring you closer to him, if that makes any sense. So people might ask, well, why would God allow this to happen to me? Why would God allow me to go through this? He does those things lots of times to bring you closer to him, to you understand him. And a lot of times it'll bring you out on the other side a better person. On the other side, you might not see it at the moment because you're going through it and it's hard, because you just feel like that moment will never stop. Like, that horrible moment that you're going through will never end. But I'm here to tell you it does. And it does get better. You do get over it. Things get better. It takes time. And I know there's that saying that time heals all wounds, but it's really true. And God heals all wounds, guys. I had to pray. That was the only way that I was going to get through that breakup. The only way, because I was borderline just ready to end it all. And I know it sounds so stupid because it was a relationship and it's just a guy to some people, but sometimes you go through things and you get lost in things, and I was lost. I lost myself in that relationship, and it happens a lot. It happens more often than people think. It's very easy to become comfortable in a relationship and you fall in love with someone so deeply that you lose who you are and you start to become part of them. And when you are with someone, especially when you're sleeping with someone, it's very easy to take on part of them. It's a spiritual thing, but sex is a soul tie, and you can take on part of that person. I don't know if you've ever noticed, when you're with somebody and if you're with them for a long time and you love them and you are sleeping with them, you will start to change and you'll see yourself becoming part of them. That's why I truly believe sex is meant for marriage. That's just my opinion. Of course, I'm not a virgin, but I'm just saying, I believe that's why it's meant for marriage, because it is a soul tie and it's nothing to play with spiritually, in my opinion. And even for me, in that situation, afterwards, sometimes I would feel sick. I would feel horrible because this person was not for me. This person was not meant for me. That's why now I don't sleep around, for that exact reason, because I don't know if any of you have ever felt this way, but afterwards you just feel so sick, you feel horrible, you don't feel good. Especially people, I don't know everyone, I can't speak for everyone, but if you sleep around with multiple people, lots of times you can have a lot of issues. Spiritually, mentally, it's just not good. It's not good spiritually. I mean, I can make a separate video and go deep into that for you guys, what I learned, but I don't want to put it all in this video. But the point is, this person was not for me, and I was so lost in that relationship I couldn't see that. And God had to bring me out of that relationship, and it was hard. It was so hard. But I learned in that relationship that I was not putting God first. I was putting everything aside for this person, and it just wasn't a healthy relationship. My mindset was off, and I wasn't in the right state of mind to be in such a serious relationship, and it just wasn't for me. So when we broke up, I was devastated. Like, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I wasn't doing anything. I didn't want to go to school. I stopped going to school. Like, I just lost myself, and I had to redirect myself and find out what it is that God wants me to do. And it broke me to the point where I was so broken that I had to go to church a lot and just pray and just talk to God and have him help me get to where I need to be. And I just started praying, and I told God, like, I can't physically handle this breakup. I can't do it. I need you to help me. I need you to guide me. I need you to get me through this, because there's no way I can do this on my own. And it might not be a relationship for you. It could be anything. It could be something you're going through and you just feel like you don't have a way out, or you don't know what to do. Well, God can help you through that. He really, truly can. And that was the one thing for me. God took me out of that situation, and it was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. But once I got through it, I was just like a totally different person. But the thing was, it took years. It didn't happen overnight. It takes time. For me, I left the relationship. Once I was done, I was depressed. It took a good couple years. I had people around me that loved me, that wanted to see me succeed, that wanted to help me. And if it wasn't for two key people in my life, I would not have gotten through that, other than God. I mean, God is number one, and then the other two people God sent and put in my life so that I could get through that situation. So what I had to do was I had to redirect myself and refocus. So my grandmom called me one day, and she was like, you know, what's going on with you? I know you're depressed. What is it that you want? What do you want for your life? What do you want to do? And I told her, I said, I want to go to broadcasting school. I want to be on TV. I want these things. I want to fulfill my dreams now. And at the time, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I was just like, how is this going to happen? Like, I was so lost. And she took me in. I moved out of my apartment. I gave up my place. I went back to school, and the rest is history. But it took God doing things like that in my life to redirect my focus from that breakup. That's how I got through it. I threw myself into my work and into my career and into my future and into God. I started reading the Bible more. I started going to church more. I really had to get closer to God to get through the situation. And once I did that, once I put all my faith in him and really followed him, read the Bible, learned about things, started talking to more Christians, people who were like myself, I started just talking to people. I opened up a little more. I redirected my focus to what I really wanted in life, other than to be in a relationship. And I realized that this isn't the end of the world. There are more men out there. I'll be fine. But it really comes down to faith and trust, and your faith in general. I just put all my faith in God, and I asked him to lead me, and he did. And I got internships after school, which you guys know about. I did Rachel Ray and BET and all that stuff. And that really helped me through the time, the aftermath of the breakup and stuff. It really helped me through all that. I was able to see things happening. And it's interesting that I'm learning that God did extraordinary things in my life. He opened up these major doors for me to show me that there's more to life than what I was going through at that moment. And that he did have great things for me on the other side. And it's very hard to see that when you're going through it. But the minute that I put my faith in him, and the minute that I started focusing on what mattered, other than just breaking up with somebody, which was really hard, like I said earlier, but the minute I put my focus into God, and the minute I put my faith in him, everything changed. My whole life changed. My personality changed. Everything. I was no longer depressed, and I was happy. I was waking up happy. No more thoughts of suicide, none of that stuff. It all went away when I found my path, when I found my destiny, when I found what God wanted me to do, when I started following him, the doors that he opened were so amazing. I'm getting teary-eyed. Oh my gosh, I don't want to cry on camera, but the things that he did for me at the time, sorry guys, the things that he did for me at the time were so amazing. They were just unbelievable. Like, when I graduated school, I got a radio internship, and then I went into Rachel Ray, and I didn't think that it was possible. I mean, there were thousands of people that wanted to intern at the Rachel Ray show, and I just wanted to be on TV. That's all I wanted. I just wanted a career in broadcasting, and I applied. And they called me, and when they called, I was so nervous. My mom was like, you have to go. So my mom drove me to New York. I went to New York. I did the interview, and I did well in the interview, but I did not think they were going to call me, because I'm like, there's so many other people that want this. And when they called and said, you got the internship, and I was just ecstatic. Like, I was like, what? So after that, I did Rachel Ray, and then the blessings just started coming. I did VH1 and then BET, and it was just like one thing after another. And they were situations that I know that God had his hands on, that he did, that he put these people in my life. The BET internship came from me riding the bus. I rode the bus home from New York from my VH1 internship, and I met one of the producers at 106 in Park on the bus. And I told him that I was an intern at VH1, and he gave me an internship when I was done at VH1 at 106 in Park. I mean, things like that only God can do. Like, being in the right place at the right time, but God strategically puts these people right in the right place. Like, where you are, it's unbelievable. It's just amazing. God is so good, and those things for me changed my life. They got me through that breakup. I was able to get over the things that were happening to me in my life, because he put such amazing things in my life. He did such amazing things for me that it brought me through. So I just wanted to make this video to tell you guys that it's going to be okay. If you're going through a breakup, just put all your faith in God, and please, 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 if you are thinking about suicide or anything like that, talk to somebody. Just reach out to someone, talk to someone, pray about it. God will definitely see you through it, and he will put the right people in your life to help you through your situation. It's not the end of the world, and there are better things on the other side, and there's bigger things out there for you. I mean, look at me, look where I am. There's more to me than just this YouTube channel. There's more to me than just making YouTube videos. Like, I've done some extraordinary, amazing things in my life, and only because God has put those people in my life, and he's allowed me to do it. And when you really trust him, guys, and when you really put faith in him, he can move mountains for you. He really will. I mean, it's very hard to get the things that I've gotten and get them so quickly, and in 1 year all of that happened to me, and it was just amazing. And I'm not bragging, I just want you guys to know that there's hope, there's a way out, there's definitely something on the other side. And no matter what you're going through, whether it's bullying, whether it's a relationship, whether it's just a family situation, no matter what, get your Bible, pray about it, talk to someone, talk to God. He will help you through, and he will put the right people in your life to see you to the next step. So if you guys want to know any more, if you guys want to talk to me or message me, please do. I am so open to talking to you guys. I love you guys. I hope this video helped. I'm sorry to cut it so short. If you want to see more, let me know. And if you have any more questions, let me know. Leave them down below. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.